What's going on?
He's done.
Says who?
Says me.
Where are you taking him?
Hell, I don't know. Said he's gonna take me to the train station. Reckon I'll figure it out from there.
I don't think Jimmy knows what it means to go to the train station.
Where do you think Fred went?
Where are we going? Train station.
I think he got fired.
And you think he just walked? What about you?
I mean, I feel like we know.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
like just because we're not branded, I don't think means that we are also like agnostic towards what's going on.
If you have to have a code word for it, I imagine it's happened so often.
Right, yeah, exactly.
We know what the score is.
Yeah.
Do you think so? You think you'd continue to work on a ranch where if you f***ed up, they killed you?
Well, where else are you gonna go?
Adios, assholes.
He's not just up, though. He's against what the ranch is. Like, Fred was demonstrably
If you fall in
not
line, you're fine.
part of what we're doing here.
I didn't start it, he said it.
So if you choose that, then yeah, but you would leave before you did that. Fred's just an idiot.
At the end of season 1, when Dan Jenkins is hanging from that tree, that's the first time Jimmy sort of realizes what the stakes really are here.
You guys are idiots.
What about when you were blowing up the mountain?
I just saw a trout.
Shut the up.
He's just, you know, in the middle of nowhere. No one's getting hurt. I just think that there would be, like, Jimmy couldn't live with the guilt of knowing that Fred was killed for beating him up.
It's gonna happen regardless, so you might as well just accept the rules of engagement and the rules of what this is. You know, for Walker, it's like he doesn't want to deal with it, but then also is in this weird place where he also doesn't feel like he can leave either.
Your chance to leave this place has passed you by.
You kind of feel both sides of it, which I think is, again, it's kind of fascinating to kind of play with both of those emotions and what you're willing to do for something that you don't necessarily agree with.
Hey, tuck your chin.
I stick my chest out and match my legs.
Pray like hell and hold on.
Yeah, it's remarkable how talented those riders are. I think for the rodeo sequences, I had 2 doubles, Bobby Roberts and then another rider who's a professional bronc rider. And they are incredible, because like when you ride in a rodeo, in a competition rodeo, I think you maybe go out once, maybe twice in a day. And these guys take after take after take. They just rotate it in. They're invincible. They're incredible. Like, they would wear the horse out. There'd be a point, I think there's always the point where it's like, they're too good at it. And you have to be like, hey, fuck up a little bit. You're supposed to be Jeff. Hey, Jeff would not be good at this.
But you can barely do it as it is.
Right.
And Bobby has to, like, pretend to be bad at it. They're such incredible riders. They'll jump off the horse. It's like I'm trying so hard to pretend to be good at it, and they're trying so hard to pretend to be just a little bit worse.
Yeah.
I think for Jimmy, the belt buckle represents an access card to this new life. You know, I think he wants so badly to earn the respect and admiration of his peers, and he wants so badly to feel like he's part of something.
No shit.
And these guys have buckles. Everybody in the bunkhouse has these cool, big, badass buckles they're wearing. And I think for Jimmy, getting this sort of sign that he belongs really means the world. It's not everything, you know, I think the guys will still talk shit to Jimmy for as long as he lives.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
That belt buckle, if nothing else, means that he's like starting to earn his place in this world.
What's wrong?
Not a thing.
For Lloyd having spent his life doing this, and for Forey having spent his life doing this, sort of being able to impart that wisdom and seeing somebody else choosing the path that he chose, I think, is life-affirming and sort of shows that this way of life isn't dead, this way of life isn't dying, this way of life is kind of eternal, you know, and is like tied into the sort of the very fabric of, you know, the nation.
Like what we do, yeah.
Yeah, what we do.
Hey, Jimmy, you know why you never met in the old rodeo cowboys? Because there ain't any.
I'm old.
Shit, you just look old.
To be in those scenes and to have Lloyd teaching and coaching Jimmy.
Is there like a mechanical bull or something that I could try first? Just
Mechanical bulls are for drunk chicks at the county fair.
And at the same time, like Forey is trying to explain to Jeff how to stay on that thing.
Yeah.
Stick your chest out, tuck your chin.
It's a really remarkable experience. It's like incredibly immersive in that way because Forey is himself such a talented rider and has ridden bucking broncos and bulls
Smash your heels in!
and is sort of there trying to.
Well, I remember
Trying
this,
to keep
this
it
one
safe.
story that he told, he was talking about, you know, he was on like a bull or whatever and he got bucked off.
Rather you get hung up and drug around the arena than get blowed out the back door and get your head kicked in.
And it like hit him in his pelvis and broke his pelvis. And then instead of getting off of the circuit, they duct taped his pelvis.
I figure I'll just get back in there and they'll just break it back.
And then
If I just get
they
kicked
just
in the
put
other
like
side
his
of my body.
jeans back on with duct tape around him and they just sent him back in to the thing. And I'm just like, but you're saying it so like, I just go to get a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
You know, it's just.
In our world, it's like, yeah, I had this audition and the casting assistant said goodbye, but she didn't also say have a nice day.
Right.
And I'm pretty devastated.
You need to see a doctor?
Yeah, I don't think.
Forey's like, yeah, he kicked me and my kidney fell out of my body. But what I did was I just ate it, so it kind of seamlessly reintegrated back into my system.
Turns out with a little bit of super glue, you can just glue that thing back together.
Yeah, if you just stick it on your it's basically just as good.
It's like,
I had a hard time finding parking outside my audition today, so I'm gonna take a week off.
Is there a razor in there?
Razor?
Yeah, come on.
What are you shaving with it?
Do you care?
What's my razor? You got a beard. I'd like to know where
Yeah,
it's
well, you
been.
know you got a beard too. What the are you shaving with it? God damn it!
guys, talk to me about the scene. Talk to me about the scene where you're showering and Jake Ream runs into the bathroom and drives you out.
Way too much chili at the rodeo.
Is that like an everyday thing? Is that every time you hop in the shower?
You better wait till I get the out of here.
Dude, you've got like 5 seconds.
Don't you do it, Jake!
Turn left!
This took a turn.
It's a boy.
Yeah, seriously. I remember reading that scene. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah, it was a very
Colby and I
interesting.
decided to shower at
I
the
feel like
same
it was
time.
a very interesting kind of day.
He's got to take a shower 3 in the morning and have any piece of run.
You're just there, like yeah, you're kind of naked in a way.
I guess that's communal living.
I wouldn't go in there for 10 or 15 minutes if I was you boys.
You know, it's a bunch of
Just man,
just salty
just-
cowboys.
You're even walking different.
I feel different.
You just gotta kind of
Yeah, I think we just deal with.
Yeah, I think
we
it's.
just-
I don't
yeah.
think it's business as usual.
It's like a platonic thing, you know what I mean? It's not like we're in there like excited to be like, can't wait till the end of the night where I get to see Ryan shower.
I don't think that was ever a question.
Right.
Yeah,
Because
I
it
don't
was
even know
always
why you
that
said
way.
that.
Dope. So we weren't even, that was never even a part of the, we never had that as a thing. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we
No,
were
it's
like,
fine.
That was a scene that was just funny. Like it was
Yeah.
just a
It was
fun
hila- it was
scene.
hilarious.
It was a very
it was
funny scene.
hilarious.
It was a
how fun, that was a fun scene.
just a moment of levity.
Yeah.
In the world.
It's such a dark world, you know? It's like there's always a tragedy. There's always a...
Yeah, and this was kind of like that moment of sharing the razor and doing all
Yeah,
that.
and then
which is
Jake's
not
lines when he's
coming in
and out.
Don't smell that bad.
Which it
it's just
appears
funny.
that is something that we do every day. We don't share razors every day, but just on this very special occasion, we decided to share a razor.
I think we've answered this
I
question.
don't know, 1 year anniversary.
I think we're moving on now to a different question.
Love that. I'm really in for that.